Well, hello again, everyone. This is my final video update for the Mooc, and thanks again to all of you for your comments and participation. We also got the results of the poll this week, and it's interesting. Of course, we have to recognise that all of you represent a very wide spread of experience and capabilities and organisations. Nevertheless, there are some interesting comments, I think. Early on, the number of suppliers that people were dealing with certainly seemed to indicate a move in the right direction, in as much as concentrating on those ones that you really need to get close to. So that was good. But in a later question, 36% had still not performed spend analysis. So the danger for those organisations is that they might be wasting effort on really the less important contracts. In a sense, all contracts are important, but how much effort it takes to properly manage and deliver the benefits is something that needs to be thought about carefully. And similarly, 30% had not thought about the portfolio approach. And I think that's a missed opportunity to really concentrate on what's really important. But clearly the messages are getting across. For those number of suppliers representing 80% of the value, there was a high, nearly 50% of the total had a very small number, with a big number in the range 2 to 10. So that really is concentration on the important few. I have to say, in the final slide, the high value one is a slightly strange presentation type. I didn't present these, it's done by the platform, but it looks a little bit out of sequence to me, but if you look carefully, you'll understand what's going on, I think. Interesting. We didn't ask in the survey who were current practitioners and who were just, in a sense, attending for interest's sake at the moment for this Mooc. And maybe if we'd done that separation, we'd have had two sets of results to look at. But I hope you found it interesting and as possibly an opportunity to talk to others in your organisation about these issues. And if that's happened, that's really good and useful. The Google Hangout this week was very much an IACCM event with a discussion of the 10 pitfalls. I think the beauty of that, apart from its inherent value, is the approach in graphical terms, picture terms, which is a very useful aid memoir. And hopefully some of the other presentations you've seen in this Mooc can be used in the same way. Some of the key messages I took out of the discussion, I particularly like the idea that contract management should be a team sport. I thought that was a nice contribution. And in that sport, the contract managers are enablers of communication and cooperation, and increasingly are beginning to drive business development. And it's an increasingly important role, and the Adrian Kemmelard interview from the UK Civil Service really emphasises that point for me. Even if you're not in the UK or in the civil service, please have a look carefully at what he was saying. I think the messages there are very important for lots of organisations. So in summary, I hope this Mooc has helped you make a difference to your organisation and to your own careers. There's been some discussion about what happens next. There might even be a demand for a Mooc Part 2, if you like, for those more advanced students who want to look into some aspects into a little bit more detail. But in a sense, we're driven by the marketplace for that. So if you're really interested in follow-ups, please let us know, and we'll talk to the various parties involved and see if we can make it happen. I think it's really interesting how much interest this Mooc has generated across the world, and the fact that across the world the issues are very, very similar. but that progressively we're finding ways to deal with that and maybe make the world a slightly smaller space by managing the cross-border contracts even better. So thanks again for everything. I hope you've enjoyed it. The comments have been super, challenging at times, but very complimentary in other areas. So thank you for that. It's really important to all of the team that we're doing something that you value. So really appreciate those comments and very good wishes for the future. Thanks very much.